What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we got my man Frolni the Mechanist, who's got one of the baddest mohawks in the entire game. This guy was a little bit misconstrued to begin with when he first came out, but this is July 7th, 2025, and he's been buffed since then. There's no confusion now. This guy right here can definitely smack in the arena. Is he one of the top tier nukers in the entire game? It's debatable, but we're going to find out. Now, we're only going to be going over first form Frolni in this video. We're not going to be going over second form Frolni in this video. That will be an entirely different showcase video for this. But for this one, first form, nuker form. Now, I have a lot of experience with the second form as well, and I'm very impressed by that one too. But when it comes to Frolni, my first Frolni is going to be built for DPS in the first form. Go over the kit really fast, because my guy can smack. And let's see how he does it. The A1 Seismic Quake attacks one enemy. Will ignore 5% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. Very cool. Remember that, because we got some champions in this faction and other factions as well that can definitely do ally attack or use the A1 of Frolni's. So here we go with the A2, Bloody Larceny. Now this one right here steals buffs, which is very key and crucial to getting rid of and eliminating some of these pesky DPS champions or support champions in the game, like Siegfried, for example. There's lots of champions this works against. Bloody Larceny, 4-turn cooldown, 3 turns when booked up, attacks one enemy, steals 2 buffs from a target enemy. This effect cannot be resisted. This attack is critical, repeats the attack once. That's 2 buffs per attack, 4 buffs total. Very cool. If you trigger something like Siegfried, Nephilims, block damage buff, you can definitely steal that off and kill him with the A2. So very beneficial in the arena. The A3 is Exterminate the Weak, 4-turn cooldown, 3 turns when booked up, attacks all enemies, damage of the skill increases by 30%. This champion's max HP is higher than each target's max HP. So there are some champions in the game that will be built with a little bit more HPs than my boy Frolni here, Ursaga, got Marishka. So there's a couple champions out there. So it'd be best to avoid them in the arena if we want the passive, or sorry, the A3 to be hitting for the max amount of damage possible. But he hits really hard and doesn't necessarily need to be active for this being, just be smacking people. So, sometimes it'd be working in their favor, but not all the time. So the passive, Limitless Science. Now, this is what makes everybody think that Frolni has to ramp up his damage. Like, you got to start killing people and then getting his damage to ramp up before he can really start getting good. But they've fixed Frolni. He can definitely smack without killing people. Let's go over the passive really fast. Limitless Science. This champion's crit damage is increased by 1% for every 1,000 HP they have. Very awesome right there. One of the only champions in the game that boosts his crit damage like that, in that capacity. Increases his champion's max HP by 20%. Stacks up to 100%, and speed by 20 stacks up to 100. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, resets each round. So, the more you kill with Frolni, the better and more damage he's going to do. So this guy is an absolute beast. He does have an aura, increases ally HP in all battles by 35%. His base HP is 22,305, base defense 1,387, base speed 100, base crit damage 63, base resistance 50, base accuracy 0. So you do not need accuracy to make this go off. Let's go check him out in the arena, because that's where I have him built for the most. And I do have him built for Siege specifically. Now, if you build him for the arena and you don't have an Admiral Black Tusk on your team who does do something pretty unique for the Dwarf faction that no other faction in champ does, he does allow you to equip and gear your champions with unique sets that they normally wouldn't otherwise be using in the arena, especially for siege mode, because he gives you with his passive a stone skin built in. So my Frolni doesn't necessarily have stone skin built into his sets, but you might want to build stone skin into your Frolni. It really kind of depends. We'll go over the arena and check him out, and then we'll check him out with a couple different builds. Since I don't have him in stone skin, I'm going to have to compensate with other champions, like perhaps maybe a Necrid or somebody. We'll see, but we're going to be running him in the arena more or less exclusively. Let's go over the reviews really fast before we do that, see where they have him ranked. Hydra, not very high. Demon Lord, not very high. Obviously, an arena champion. And these faction wars, he's going to be very good for that too. These ratings here came before he got the buff. So these are a little bit, misconstrued. They're telling a story that's not quite accurate to date. That's why I put the date in the beginning, because it really matters. Now, if you guys want to see some more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And here we go. We'll get to the arena. Judging by the characters here, the champions they're using, I'm going to guess they're a little bit slower than me. Go ahead and give it a try. But if we weak hit the Rat King, we'll be in trouble. And he doesn't even have stone skin. I'm kind of surprised by that, actually. Let's go ahead and hit the Rat King first. There we go. Okay, let's go after Pythion next. If we weak hit, we won't get the double hit. But if we don't weak hit, then we should be okay. We might even steal a stone skin. All right, weak hit, no big deal. Go ahead and go after Pythion anyways. There we go. All right, let's see if we can stun Pythion. Nope. Turn meter boost. Get a Frolni turn. Let's see if we can take out Pythion or Rhonda. There we go. All right, this should just be smooth sailing from this moment on. He actually stole the stone skin there with the Orb of Transfixion. So that was really cool. And then he put the stun on. That was actually really cool. So that was a nice demonstration of that relic there. Here we go with Frolni. Bam! UDK out of here. Definitely a slow team. I'm not sure why they didn't have some stone skin on Nishak, but definitely took advantage of it. And his stone skin didn't matter anyways. Okay, so for this fight, I expect there to be at least a stone skin on Mortu Macab and Helicath. Might have something like protected block damage, so that could be pretty nasty. Let's go ahead and try to block the skills. We don't have a stone skin there, which is quite confusing. We could definitely drop. Go ahead and drop the stuns. All right, we're going to use the A2 and take out Mortu Macab. All right, 162. It's pretty nice. Go ahead and take out Duchess. All right, even if she had unkillable, we might have been able to steal that. Go ahead and take out Pythion. Okay. Block active skills. Stun Helicath. All right, A3. A1. So Pythion and the affinity there is not a good match. We got the weak hit affinity over here. We got magic affinity versus force affinity. There we go. Didn't matter that time though. All right, so Frolni coming in with a lot of damage again. Pretty much all the damage. He's going to be all the damage until we switch up the team and add someone else there. So for the most part, we got a lot of supports here. And they did not get any turns. This team right here has a lot of regular champs. You got UDK, Sun Wukong, Hefrak. So let's go ahead and try this one out. See, a little bit tricky trying to work around Hefrak and UDK with the revives and all that good stuff. I was thinking is we could definitely remove the stone skins this way. Go ahead and take out Duchess first. All right. Okay, if we use the A3, we're definitely going to knock out some people, start stacking passive. Okay, now if Duchess can revive, actually it'll get blocked. Unless Sun Wukong does his first. Yeah, he's probably going to do his first. Okay, that got denied. He can revive now. She's not AI controlled to. All right, A2, steal buffs. That's it. A lot more damage this time around. Got a UDK there. Efrak wasn't able to do his passive AoE. All right, let me show you guys what I'm working with the all siege dwarf team here. Not siege mode, obviously. We're going to be offense arena, but probably the best way to show it to you without being inside siege. All right. So basically, we get a stone skin to start with, and go ahead and try to grow the shield a little bit, steal some buffs. See if we can stun here. Take away their DPS. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to go ahead and hit Elva. See if we can strip off the buffs of UDK. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go ahead and strip off the rest of those buffs from UDK. Let's do an ally attack on Seer, just to remove the DPS threat. Put a shield on just for getting rid of his turn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit him with the A3. Boom. All right, so you can see the utility there, how we're able to stun somebody, kind of take him out of the fight. Frolni's out, able to build up some damage. We got ally attacks. We got his turn coming around. So he definitely works really nicely as a DPS when we got the all-dwarf team with Black Tusk here. This one's going to be a fun one. We found ourselves an Arbiter with a Sigfrond. Go ahead and start it up. All right, so got a freeze, a couple freezes. Start with, let's go ahead and drop the provoke. Okay, let's see if we can do stun. Nice. Go ahead and take that block damage buff off of that boy. All right, let's go ahead and hit him. Take out Arbiter with the ally attack. Use in, remove buff. Increase defense. All right, A3 for the win. Okay, so this time we got a bunch of damage from Tormund. So Frolni is not carrying this time. Interesting. Well, that's only because Tormund got more turns before Frolni did. But Sigfrin's a non-factor because of the stone skins. We don't have to worry about getting the stone skin from the set itself. But if we did have to have it from the set itself, as you can see, that will work out just fine. Last fight, and then I'll show you guys Frolni's stuff. So here we go. Okay, we got one stone skin on White Queen. We already got the block debuffs buff up. Go ahead and take that away from Duchess. Ooh. Already looking a little terrible there for Goffred. His passive is probably going to proc pretty fast here. Go ahead and use, I guess, the A3. Nice. Took out Duchess, and then we got Sheeped. All right, no big deal. Let's go ahead and take out that Arima with the stun. For some reason it didn't go on. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the provoke. Work. Let's see if we can stun him. All right. We use the ally attack at Harima. Okay, we need to get Frolni back here. All right. A1. Go ahead and A1 Duchess. All right. A2 Duchess. Okay, let's go ahead and A2 Duchess. Again, steal the buff. We didn't take it off soon enough. Yikes. All right, let's go ahead and done. Guess Foreman. Okay, A3 from Frolni is ready. Ooh. Go ahead and stun Harima. Okay, so White Queen took that. Go ahead and ally attack White Queen. Alright, so Tormund contributed a significant amount of damage again that time because, you know, we had Frolni sheeped a bit of the fight. But Frolni did pretty well that time. Most definitely. Alright, as far as his artifact set goes, I would normally use probably a lethal set with Stone Skin if I didn't have access to the Admiral here. His passive grants Stone Skin to all of his teammates as long as there's 4 dwarfs in the team. Now, I don't use Frolni the Mechanist for live arena or classic arena typically. I have him built specifically for siege mode. I have him there as a damage dealer. So, because he has the built-in Stone Skin, I'm able to get away with running a Merciless set. And it's kind of a poser Merciless set because I don't got the full 9-piece just yet. I only have 8-piece. Once I get the banner in there, I'll definitely drop to the 9-piece. But I would probably be using something more like my White King Narcissus gear set if I didn't have access to the Admiral. 100%. So let's go over the stats real fast. We got 115,000 HP, 3,400 attack, 3,800 defense, 232 speed. He's kind of slow, but because he has ally attack and stuff like that, counterattack, I'm able to build him a little bit slower with a little bit more crit damage and HP. He has 97 crit rate, not quite 100%, 353% crit damage, 412 resistance, 188 accuracy. So for his relic, I know you guys saw that in the video. You guys saw how his buffs were just kind of disappearing. So I got this relic right here, the Collective, and I was like, who would I use this thing on? And the first person, and really the only person that came to mind, was Seer. And at first I put it on Seer, and I was using it. It was okay, but when I got to basically the stage 30 of the event dungeon, it just wasn't quite cutting it. And I had to switch to a different relic to be able to get past, I think it was stage 29 actually. If I wasn't stuck on stage 29 there, I definitely would have left the Collective on Seer. But I felt like the interesting part about the Collective, as far as Frolni is concerned, is it gives you crit damage as a main stat, which is kind of cool. I really like that. And then on top of that, you get HP as a secondary stat. So we get 2% damage per buff on them, and it removes all buffs in the wearer at the end of each turn. Normally, in a siege fight, that's enough. Like an ally attack or a counterattack and an ally attack is enough to basically win the fight, along with an A3 or maybe an A2 or something like that. But it's definitely a interesting relic, and I'll probably take it off of him eventually. But it does pair well with them to some degree, because if I was to use something like the Cat's Gaze, it doesn't quite work with HP champions because their HPs are so high, and there's not really a lot of other damage relics, legendary and down, that really just are really built for HP guys. But this one right here most definitely was like interesting for sure. Show you guys what I got on it. Oh, Shield Breaker, okay. Shield Breaker, Energy Expansion, and Critical Bolster over here. Probably should do something else, but, you know, I really don't have Frolni built at like one of my main champions, like with my main gear, nothing like that. So he's kind of got like leftover stuff, to be quite honest. And then as far as the blessings go, I got him with the Soul Reap. And the reason I got him with Soul Reap is because I just wanted the people to die, you know, to build up that passive skill. So any way possible, just get him to go down. Soul Reap works. You definitely go with something else. But this one, that one's been working for me pretty fine. As far as the masteries go, we got Deadly Precision, Keen Strike, Heart of Glory, Whirlwind of Death, Ruthless Ambush, Opportunist, Soaked the Fury, Cycle of Violence, Kill Streak, and Helm Smasher. And then for the support tree, we got Steadfast, Exalt in Death, Storm Smiter, Lore of Steel, and Spirit Taste. Just in case someone dies on the Siege Dwarf team, give him a little bit more speed to get his turn. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll be going over the second form of Frolni in a different video. We'll definitely build him out for that sometime soon. I've actually used him in the first form originally before I ever tried him as a nuker, and I had quite a bit of success with that one. It was a lot of fun, but I mainly built him as a nuker to start with after testing him out a little bit as a defense form, and haven't looked back since. He's been amazing. So we'll go over second form another time. Hopefully you guys had a great day today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys take it easy. Peace.